So let's talk about the actual parent meeting that you may end up having that I was referring to in the last video. If you didn't see that video, make sure you go back and watch that one first. Not sure what it's going to be called. Probably, what are you afraid of? So go back and check that one out. But all right, so now you are in the meeting with the parents. First, make sure that you come in prepared. Don't come in. This is one of those areas where you don't want to wing it. Sorry, gotta keep my hand on the wheel. You don't want to wing it. Just like I've said about practices, make sure you have a practice plan. Just like I've said about your preseason parent-athlete meeting and your awards night. Don't wing it. Write things down. Have things ready to go. I would come into this meeting with the parent with a plan, right? And talk to them about, be prepared to, if you need statistics or you need certain incidents or whatever, have those ready. Because guess what? They will have their own versions of them, right? Smile, be cordial, let them speak, listen to what they say. Don't just listen to defend yourself, listen to what they say. They may actually have a good point or some good points. Once it's your turn to speak, keep your composure, explain the child's situation, and of course, as I alluded to in the last one, the kid should come to you first, and you should have had this discussion with the kid first. But now you're at this point, the parent has come in. Make sure you handle yourself with poise, be respectful, don't overwhelm them with too much information, but tell them why the child is not playing. What is the reason? And it's usually going to be dealing with some skill level thing, but it could be attitude, it could be behavior. This is one of the reasons in the talk that I'll be giving tonight, I say these types of things, like not playing time, but like cuts can be the worst and best thing that we do. And it's like, what? Well, it's the worst feeling thing that you do if you have to cut a kid, but it's in many ways the best thing that you can do in terms of dealing with behavior and attitude issues, right? Well, sometimes playing time is being determined as well by attitude and behavior issues. Most playing time, it's because they're just not as skilled as others. So try to focus on those things, especially because that can be so much more concrete. Do not compare their child to other kids on your team. Unless you have a, I don't know, foolproof would be the right word for it, but an extremely sound argument in doing so, where you can really, kind of nail the point home. Because now you're pitting kids against each other, and that's not a good thing. So you don't want to do that if you can avoid it. To say, well, so-and-so's all conference, blah, blah, blah. Well, if my kid had the chance, my kid would be too. See, you start down a rabbit hole that I don't think you want to go down. So explain your side, allow them to ask questions, allow them to offer their stuff. Hopefully they don't escalate the emotion as well. Hopefully they stay calm as you are. But let them speak. And quite honestly, that's the main thing they want. They want the chance to be heard. And that's really what you need to do. And so, as I'll tell these people tonight, you're going to ask of their kids 100, 200 hours of their life over the course of the year, depending upon the sport and how often you play and how far on road trips and all that. But you're going to ask a lot of them over the course of a year, over the course of a season. And then if you have them for 4 years, my gosh, it's obviously that much more. They deserve an hour of your time to find out why is my kid not playing that much. So please understand that concept of, what are you afraid of? And don't be afraid of it, and embrace it, and help them to understand this. And then one of the last things I'll be saying to them in this part of the talk tonight is, make sure when they leave, both the kid and the parent, make sure when they leave that they feel good about coming in. They feel that they did the right thing. By the way, I mentioned the kid and the parent. I think it's important that when you do have a parent meeting, you have the kid in there too. That's who we're talking about. They need to hear both sides of it. Parents sometimes don't want that, but it's like, well, that he or she should be in there, so we can explain and they can hear what's going on. So anyway, just some thoughts on if you do have a playing time issue and you are gonna go ahead and meet with the parents on it. Those are some thoughts on that. And I think I might do a video here on cuts. How do you handle cuts? Would you be interested in that? Scroll down, leave a message, and let me know if that's something you have an interest in, because I think I'd like to talk a little bit about that. I touch on it in the talk that I'll be doing tonight at this point. So yeah, maybe I'll do that too. Talk to you again next time.